And so that's kind of, why it's always good to pick up something from there to give it a whirl, I
Yeah.
suppose. Don't fidget too much. Here we are, and we are back
Mm.
noshers because, again, there's always something to eat.
Right.
And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, right? Because
Right.
what happens is, I think, and it's kind of what happened to you here, but whenever we're shopping, we're constantly like on this lookout for things that look different or interesting or whatever. And there's always something. It
Yeah.
just always. And um, the first item I'm going to intentionally bring out this one because when you had one of those situations and you'd seen you said plant-based peanut butter cups.
Yes.
Okay. And you weren't sure whether or not.
It was
Now,
gluten
okay,
free.
right, because it said oat milk and the plant wasn't certified gluten free.
Right.
Um, I'm not so sensitive because my problem actually is more with wheat overall than necessarily but the gluten for me is like with any other protein, you get just this much too much, and my system rebels like
Hmm.
anything. And so, I mean, that can happen with the stuff I can eat, but it's easier to
Right.
digest. I mean, so when my system rebels, it's less of a problem. So that people understand a little bit, so that for things for me, when it kind of, as long as it's wheat free and it doesn't necessarily have to have that gluten free certification for me.
Okay.
Um, for other people, obviously it does,
Oh,
and it's a
yes,
whole different thing.
definitely.
So we wouldn't want to do that for them and give them the impression that it was. Although something today, it's going to be the same thing. But we'd already done peanut butter cups, and
Yeah.
we'd already, so
So we decided not to do
so we
them.
decided not to do them. But just a couple days after that,
Mm.
I saw in a display they had the peanut butter cups, but they also had these. If I can pull them out, I don't know. These were plant-based Hershey oat chocolate confection almond sea salt, and we haven't really tasted anything like this.
No.
And I think also for this because it's not like what I would call a specialty brand,
Right.
like Justin's or Real Unreal or
Unreal.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So this because it's Hershey, so it's like we want to see how Hershey did it. Now, I'm going to preface this because you don't care for Hershey's milk chocolate in general. And I know
No.
when I ate chocolate, I didn't particularly care for milk chocolate.
Right.
Um, Now, my experience with oat milk or rice milk chocolate in general, just so you know, is that it's closer to tasting like a dark
Dark
type
milk
chocolate
chocolate.
rather than
Yeah.
milk chocolate. So I'm just saying on that. But I know you don't care for Hershey's.
No.
So this is going to be interesting to see if this has something to do with why you don't care for it, whether it has to do with the milk or something like
And,
that.
and that is a possibility.
Yeah. So we're talking a lot here. Okay. So they're individually wrapped. Aren't they cute? These are like the little, I'm smelling
Miniatures.
the little miniatures, which are fine.
It smells like dark chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably so.
Extra creamy almond.
Okay. We'll see what that means. Okay. Well, I actually, when I'm opening it, I see pieces of like
Almond.
nut in there, a little chopped up. It's not like
It's not whole like
it's
in the
not.
regular almond
Yeah, but do
Hershey's.
they make the minis for the almond and maybe it's chopped up there too? Because it would be hard to put a whole
Yeah.
almond in
I
this.
don't think so, but they do Mr. Good bars.
Right. Okay. So here we go. Hmm.
Definitely get the salt.
I don't know if I'm getting salt, but I'm definitely feeling like there's enhanced flavor because of it.
I'm getting the salt.
Hmm.
It's very there.
Hmm.
It's not bad. I don't know if I would buy them for myself, but they're not bad.
Yeah, I'm with that. I was about to say they're not terrible, which is a little different than saying not bad. I definitely think it wouldn't be my first choice.
No,
Um, I have to be honest, I've had much better tasting.
but
Uh,
they do taste better than the original Hershey bar, though. Definitely.
I'll go with that. But
There's just something about the original Hershey bar, and I think with them it's mostly the smell. that I can't get it past the smell to actually eat it.
Sorry, it came across a little sweet for me.
Mm.
Um, but usually when it comes to, I guess it's usually rice milk because it's the Enjoy Life brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I used on the hazelnut treats I made for yesterday. And so maybe I'm used to that, but I've had better vegan milk chocolate
Right.
than this. I would probably give this a 2 bites
Not, maybe.
because I like to reserve one for one where the one bite is all I could
Yeah.
stand.
I may finish the piece I have, but that's
And,
about it.
and in my case, if I was really, really, really in having a chocolate craving and this is in the cabinet, I wouldn't have any problem going for it.
Right.
I wouldn't look at it and go, oh God, that was so bad. I'd rather just crave chocolate and not have anything.
Right.
So I'd go 2 bites on it. Now you have a story here.
Yeah.
And um, so
So here again, Trader Joe's. I was walking through yesterday and they were giving samples, which I did not partake, but I heard the demonstrator explaining to a customer that these were Thanksgiving stuffing flavored kettle potato chips. It didn't sound good to me, but then I saw them on an end cap, so I went ahead and got them. Then come to find out, Michelle has already tried them years ago.
yeah, if you are anybody who is actually loyal to this channel, um, I can't find which video it is just by looking at it. Might be one of the Trader Joe's hauls. You can go back, and it's one of the ones where I'm by myself. It's years ago, and I said, "Well, let's go ahead and open them anyway. It would be interesting to see if my reaction has changed." So this is new to her and a repeat for me.
And of course, we're mainly going for flavor here because of what it's supposed to taste.
Right.
And I can't get it open.
Where are your scissors? Your turn. Usually she's handing me the scissors. Get that all worked out. And on this one too, I mean, we'll see.
I'm smelling stuffing, like sage or
Yeah.
some kind of herb.
Oh, okay. Now, see, it doesn't. I'm picking up onion.
Well, there is onion,
Mhm.
but I'm definitely getting sage.
And see, I don't. It's one of those things. I'd have to go back and watch these things and see did I end up returning it. I don't know what happened. All right.
You
Yeah,
can see seasoning on it.
you can see seasoning on it. What kind of seasoning you're seeing? Who knows, right?
It's green.
Oh,
So it's sage or parsley or green onion or
Onion
chive or whatever.
or
So
green. No, actually, if it wasn't Trader Joe's Kettle brand, I'd say that. But usually
Right.
they've got real stuff. So here we
so
go.
salud. I'm getting slate stuffing.
I think I'll agree there. I don't.
It doesn't really have the texture of a kettle chip though.
No,
It's kind of soft for a kettle chip.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, the minute I've been into it, I thought this isn't as crispy as I would
as a kettle
as
chip
a
should
chip.
be. And it looks greasy.
Yeah. It's weird because the first flavor I got was the onion.
Yeah.
On the back of my throat, it's like sage
Yeah.
and some of that.
Let's see if there's seasoning blend. Sea salt, sugar, spice, onion powder, garlic
your pick.
powder, salt,
Take
citric acid. I'm not tasting any sour, so I'm not getting citric acid.
No.
But I'm definitely getting sage.
Yeah, but it's more hitting the back
Yeah.
here than first taste. Huh. The thing is, I again don't think I'd buy these.
No, I wouldn't buy them again. I might eat the rest of the bag. I don't know.
Yeah, so for
They're
me,
not.
I mean,
they're okay. I mean,
I'm still kind of somewhere like a 2 or a 3, and I say that because again, if they were out somewhere and the other options weren't something I could eat, and I was hungry,
mm-hmm.
it's not something I'd go, those were so bad I won't eat them.
Right.
But it's certainly not my first pick.
Yeah. And I definitely wouldn't like eat the whole bag of one time.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, it's
probably
not like
I'll probably keep them
it's
though.
not like the Kettle brand. The was it the jalapeno ones or
Yeah.
something else? Those were so I
Yes, they
just kept
were.
eating.
And they had the right texture.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, with this one, there's something about the
yeah. I
texture.
mean,
It's just not, yeah.
yeah.
You're supposed to have a very loud snap, not a,
Okay. Well, so interesting anyway.
yeah.
But it was a good thing because it broke up. Because the other thing I found, the only other thing I found, and it was, yeah, this was Trader Joe's.
Mm.
Now, I have had their regular oat milk chocolate bars, speaking of something that was better than the Hershey.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, their plain oat milk chocolate bars, I actually bought, they come in a little box like this, the regular ones too. And I gave, I did a thing where I put it in a mug. There was a coffee I opened, I put that in like some tea bags
Mm.
and gave that as
Oh,
somebody a gift. And the reason I picked the chocolate is I said it was probably some of the best chocolate overall I'd ever had. Now this is crispy rice and cocoa nibs,
mm.
and I hadn't had this, so
Sounds good.
I've had. We'll soon find out. And comes 3 bars like this to a box, and that's how the other ones come. And the plain one is just a brown box, chocolate colored.
Yeah, I guess that's big enough for us to share.
Absolutely. What you smell? Do you smell? Yeah.
I smell chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
I was trying to make sure. Okay. And it does. I mean, from the back, not maybe as filled, but it looks like a crispy, like a
Yeah,
Rice
crispy
Krispie
treat bar,
yeah, or
yeah.
something. Yeah. Okay. More chocolate.
Mm. 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 Something tastes off.
You're telling me.
It almost tastes rancid. Mm. And very salty.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm.
Something's really wrong.
Mm. Oh.
Okay.
No, I said it tastes very salty.
No.
It might be the cocoa nibs, but it's very salty.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, considering here, this is a high hopes one because their plain one is so good.
Yeah.
There's something not with this one.
No. Like I
Oh,
said, I'm getting almost a rancid taste.
yeah, kind of like, oh, that one's hard. Okay, definitely we got the one bite we took, right?
Yeah, and I'm
Oh,
almost feeling like there's nuts in it. I'm getting like the texture of nuts.
that's the cocoa nibs probably. For the
And,
texture,
and
but
and there might be oil in the cocoa nibs. Maybe it is a bit rancid.
I have no idea.
Mm,
Something's not right.
no.
That
And the salt flavor is so
yeah, I taste more
there.
salt on this than in the one that claimed salt, but something's not right.
Oh,
Yeah, but oh, my expression's totally ruining the facial I had.
yeah.
Oh my God. Um, okay, that was the loser.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't really have a winner.
No.
Um, I'm probably going to keep the Hershey ones around. They're not so egregious that if I was having a major chocolate craving that I couldn't eat them.
Right. And you'd only eat one
And I
at a
don't
time.
maybe. Um,
And with the chips, I think I will keep them, but I don't know if I'll get the whole bag eaten at any point because I'm not eating a whole lot of chips lately.
oh,
But I don't know.
depends what kind of chips, whether I'm eating them.
Yeah, they might go back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Trader Joe's will take them.
Yeah.
So this thing is. I'm glad it's Trader Joe's. It's going
Had I tasted in the demonstration, I don't think I would have bought them.
right.
So
Yeah, and they're going to look at you. You should have tasted
this is
it in the demonstration.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean they'll still take them back, but
right.
Um,
But of course, sometimes when you're doing with the demonstration, you almost have to lie to the demonstrator. And it's, oh, that's delicious.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess if I've been uneasy about something, I will pass anyway.
Yeah,
Um, Usually, I will say this that most of the time when there's food demonstrators, it's not something I can eat anyway.
right.
So I'm able to kind of like make that as the excuse and say, well.
I'm allergic. You go
Yeah,
on, or
yeah, I'm allergic and I go on. Exactly. So, oh my goodness. Well, I guess everything can't be as successful as whatever it was that last time I think we tried. We had a really good something,
yeah.
maybe. Okay. But every once in a while, it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say pick three duds per se, but
You
it's,
never,
you
you
never
just don't
know.
know until you've tasted
You
it.
don't know it. Hey, that's a good thing. You don't know until you've tasted
And
it.
of course, even the two of us, we may have different tastes.
Right.
But it's amazing almost that most of the stuff we've tasted, we've almost been having the same reaction. But,
Right.
maybe not exactly right. I might be a three bite and you might be a two.
But yeah, I think
But
it's something genetic
yeah,
sometimes too in what you get. So,
so you might like these items.
hmm
So,
yeah, that's what we're always saying. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But this is, like I said, it is, I've always said it's our opinion. Um, but we want to hear yours.
right,
If you do taste them and have a different experience, that's what the comments section's for.
right.
Okay. And we hope you use the comment section, because and if you have people you know who you think might like this, please share it. And because food is about sharing too, I think.
Right.
So anyway, um, I don't know when this is going to air in relation to the holidays, so I'm not even going to. I was starting to think it would be holiday time, um, but I
Probably
don't know.
at this point, probably not. It's so close to
Yeah, and we have
Thanksgiving at this
and we
point.
have a few in the backlog.
Right.
So, um, if that's the case, I'm
See,
gonna
see you next time.
see you next time.